N64 Consoles. Man, this one takes me back. Released in 1996, the Nintendo 64, or N64, was my first ever home console, and the source of some of the greatest games of all time. Although it certainly lost to the first PlayStation sales-wise back in the day, its legend has only grown as the years go on, and now many of the colored variations have become a treasure hunt for Nintendo collectors around the world. So, what's the rarest console of them all? Well, we'll get to that, but first a few small notes. For starters, it must be mentioned that there are many variations that won't be making this list. These include the Star Wars and James Bond bundles that are more packaging differences than actual manufacturing alternatives. There's also many prototypes and custom N64s that make the rounds these days. These include a pink or rose color and Ultra 64 prototype. As it stands right now, I have no hard evidence that either of these two were officially released, although there's an internet rumor in regards to an N64 prototype that sold for far more than anything on this list a few years back on eBay. If you know anything about this legendary sale, then please leave a comment down below, as I'm crazy interested but can't find any information on this baby at this time. So, with those out of the way, let's start this thing right. Okay, so this is a cheat, but if I didn't bundle these ones together, the comments section would be asking me for months why these weren't included. The Funtastic series of N64 are likely the weird variants you remember owning or playing at a friend's house. In total, 6 of these colors were released, with the most common being the jungle green that was bundled with DK64. The rarest of the 6 is debatably the watermelon red version, but other Funtastic colors included ice blue, fire red, clear black, and grape purple. These were available across all the main gaming territories, including North America, Japan, and PAL regions, and today new in box sell for between $200 to $300, depending on which color you're craving the most. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into the good stuff, beginning with 4 special Pokemon systems. Now, 3 of these are essentially the exact same design, minus some cosmetic differences. However, their rarity stems from where they were sold upon release. The North American Pikachu console was far more popular in its market, and because of this, it is the most common amongst the Pokemon collectibles. Whereas its lighter blue and orange Japan-only siblings are significantly rarer, and often sell for around $100 more than the darker blue counterpart. You can currently get an orange or light blue Japanese Pikachu console for around $300 to $400 new in box, but remember that those Japanese import costs will add up, and that this price only applies for new in box. You can find loose versions of these consoles for far less. And finishing up our look at Pokemon-styled N64s, we have the Australian exclusive Pokemon Stadium Battle Set. I personally love the yellow and blue detail on this console, but its true rarity comes from being a very limited Australian exclusive, making it a jewel in many NA and European collections. I also get a kick out of the fact that this console came equipped with a Pokemon anime VHS and features friggin' Poliwhirl of all creatures on the front decal. I mean, seriously, it's Poliwhirl. Anyways, you can pick one of these sharp systems up new in box for around $400 on the dot, and it's by far the rarest in terms of the Pokemon variants. Once again, we're escalating in terms of rarity here, because the Gold N64 is one of the big 3. Sold in both Japan and Toys R Us stores in North America, the NA version is vastly superior in terms of collectability. As mentioned, it features an all-gold colored N64 as well as its golden controller counterpart. There's not really much else to say on this one besides the obvious fact that it is extremely rare and even marketed as a limited edition. All this combined adds up to an approximate new in box price of $500 to $600. However, you'll likely find Japanese versions of this exact same console for a few hundred less due to the rarity difference. Now, due to limited information, I'm going to group these last 2 consoles together, and I really hope I'm pronouncing both of these right. Regardless, the DAIEI and Jusco anniversary systems are by far the most elusive and expensive N64s on the current marketplace. Both of these consoles were released in the late 1990s as limited edition store exclusives. However, it's the Jusco 30th anniversary system that takes the crown. This clear black and white system may not look as great as the orange and black DAIEI pattern, but it is so much rarer once again due to a very, very limited supply, and only being released in Japanese Jusco stores. I've been scouring eBay for almost 8 months now, searching for a new in-box version to get better pricing information for this video, and literally haven't seen one listing. In that same amount of time, I've seen a very small amount of boxed DAIEI consoles, but typically you'll only see loose versions on the secondhand market. A new in-box DAIEI sells upwards of $850, and its Jusco equivalent is likely about $1,500 and only going up with every elusive sale. Either way, at this point, you'll likely be waiting a long time to even have a chance at purchasing a Jusco N64 console. And if that's not the definition of the rarest, then I don't know what else to say. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, please leave a comment below letting me know what your favorite N64 on today's episode was. Personally, I love the Pokemon Stadium battle set from the land down under. Make sure you share this video with your Nintendo-loving friends, follow us on Twitter if you have any questions, and as I always say guys, happy hunting baby rhinos.